Does it sound like I'm fake laughing to you? Good. That's all I can do right now. Well, I guess I guess where I mean, where do I where do I start? First of all, I didn't think it was going to happen, but I predicted this outcome from a mile away. Not just now. Look. I knew we all knew Jeremy Pruitt was probably gone this season. I mean, you've got a 3-7 season, all these people transferring. I mean, a lot of guys had transferred. You got the whole recruiting violation thing, allegations, whatever going on. It's apparently a big deal, which it would be if they had proof to back it up, but they don't. So it's just allegations all in the end. But all that stuff eventually led up to the firing of Jeremy Pruitt. Now, here's what's got me pissed off. It's not the fact that we fired Jeremy Pruitt. I knew it was coming. I prepared myself for it. I knew the athletic department and Phil Fulmer was getting ready to get on their knees and lick the boots of all Twitter. We all knew it was coming because that's what they've been doing for like an entire decade now. And you know, when Butch Jones got fired at Tennessee, I can only speak on Butch Jones because I've only been a fan for long enough to witness that era of football. So when Butch Jones was fired, I was relieved, I was happy, and I knew it was coming, and it was in the middle of the season, so it made a lot more sense to wait there, but still have an idea of what your guy was going to be. But of course, that would be giving the athletic department too much credit. They didn't have a clue in their minds of who they were going to hire. And so that's what led us to here. Basically, right now, firing Jeremy Pruitt. 3 years, pretty awful 3 years, let's be real. Very crappy coaching all over. And it only makes sense that he's fired here because, I mean, that last game that he played against Texas A&M was proof that he has no freaking idea what he's doing at Tennessee. So it only made sense for a lot of us to say, yeah, we got to get rid of this guy. The issue with that is, and I knew they were going to do it. There was no way they weren't because this is Tennessee football. But I always say, if you're going to fire him, make 100% sure you have your backup plan ready. You know who your guy is. You have your plan A, your plan B. You have your guys ready. And you have people that are ready to come to Tennessee when you fire him. Once you have your guy, then go ahead and fire him. That's what I said. I've been saying that all freaking season long because I knew he was going to go. I knew he was going to get fired. There was no way that he wasn't. It was a terrible season. There was no way that he wasn't going to get fired. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I also knew this was coming. Tennessee fires Jeremy Pruitt, and just like last time, they have no damn clue what they're doing. No damn clue who they're hiring. Nothing. They have no idea. None. Not an idea in sight. I gave this an hour, though. I waited an hour to be sure that I wasn't going to hear anything about who Tennessee's looking at or who they're trying to get or anything like that.
There's not a thing like that in sight. So we're worse off than we were when we fired Butch Jones. This is great. This is great. Because now I know what to expect. Here's what's going to happen, you guys. And you know 100% this is going to happen unless if for some reason Tennessee just pulls off the greatest coaching hire we've all seen and gets a home run by getting somebody we never expected. Here's what's going to happen, though. They're going to list up all the names. Vol Twitter's going to be doing all their crap, whatever that is. And the athletic department, they're going to go after everybody. A lot of these people are going to turn down the job. Phil Fulmer is going to get fired. It's going to happen. Get ready. Phil Fulmer is getting fired. And to be honest with you, I couldn't give less of a crap if he did. I mean, the fact that he let this happen for as long as it did and not having a second guy, it's just furthermore proof that he has no idea what he's doing. Get an athletic... is there not an athletic director who's competent enough to have a guy after you fire your coach? Apparently not here. We can't find him. We're going to get Peyton freaking Manning as our AD. I heard he's leading the recruiting. I heard he's leading the recruitment for a head coach. Whee! It's going to end up like he is at Neyland, like every time he's at Neyland Stadium during a Tennessee football game, where he lay down and die. But yeah, anyway, you know what's happening. I predicted this way before the season ended. I predicted this happening. Jeremy Pruitt getting fired. Them not having a freaking idea who their next coach is going to be. And then the second half of that is they find their guy eventually, which is somebody nobody in the state of Tennessee has ever heard of. And then what's going to happen after that? We're going to set some new records. That's exactly what we're going to do. We'll probably end up having the first 2-win season in Tennessee football history. We're going to find a way to lose all of our SEC games, including Vandy. And we're just going to be completely worse off than we were with Jeremy Pruitt. And then the cycle will repeat again. It always does, because for some reason, this committee, this athletic department, sure does love to listen to Vol Twitter. Bunch of morons. I mean, what can I say, really? What can I say? I mean, I've been making rage videos all freaking season long, and this is nothing different, so at the same time, I'm relieved that Pruitt's gone. Maybe we can get a competent head coach, but I'm kind of getting my hopes just way too high up. I know what's happening. We all know what's happening. We're gonna screw this up. Well, to be honest, we already have. It's apparent to me that this... I mean, they have no clue what they're going to do, so... In all honesty, I think they've already screwed up the hire. So I can't imagine this is going to end very well. I don't know who we're going to get, in all honesty. I mean, of course, they're throwing all the names out there on all the morons. They're all throwing their names out there. Specifically Lane Kiffin and Hugh Freeze. Would Kiffin come back to Tennessee? I don't know, and I really don't want him back. Same goes with Hugh Freeze. I've been talking about that issue all season long. He won't get us anywhere, especially within 3 years, so... And, to be honest with you, since this program has been ripped to the ground... People make this mistake so often that Tennessee is just this elite football program. We haven't been that way in 10 years. We're not an elite football program. Not even close. We're going to have a harder time finding a head coach than South Carolina. Because, to be honest with you, South Carolina might be a better football program than Tennessee right now. They just are. They are. Yes, we put more money into the football program, but who's winning more games? And furthermore, who's living up to expectations and isn't screwing up their coaching hires every single time? Because while South Carolina has kept Will Muschamp progressively all the way until now, we've been firing head coaches left and right. So, I mean, this is, again, just a repeat of what I had to go through back in 2018. Remember that? We all do. We all know it's coming, though. It's a repeat of the endless amount of suffering that this program has given me. And to be honest, I don't know what to do. I don't know what else to say. It's just an endless amount of just pain and suffering and misery whenever you think of this Tennessee football program and its fan base. I hear this all the time. About young Tennessee fans like me who have basically grown up being a fan into this era of just garbage, trash can Tennessee football. And a lot of people have told me, I definitely feel sorry for you that you have to live through this in your young age. Well, to be honest with you, I'm thankful I get to live through this now because down the road, maybe I will be alive to actually see a good Tennessee football team. Maybe, I don't know. It just seems like an endless repeat. I don't know. They'll have to deactivate Twitter from the internet if Tennessee wants any chance of being good, because apparently this football program in the athletic department, that's where they get all of their information from, and that's who they listen to the most. I can respect Vandy for the fact that they don't do what we do. Even teams like them don't sit there and listen to their own Twitter people to figure out what they're going to do. If they can't come up with a decision on their own, then that just says everything there is to know about the athletic department. So yeah, if Phil Fulmer gets fired from the athletic department, I honestly won't give a single crap. Because we all know it's coming. Just like I knew this was coming. This coaching fiasco, a repeat of the same one that we all saw 3 years ago that the entire nation laughed at. Yeah, so get ready. It's another repeat of that. If you can't handle the amount of pain and suffering that's coming, get ready. Either get ready, or you can become like a lot of Tennessee fans and just start saying "Roll Tide" and become an Alabama fan. Do that. I'm not going away though. Whatever happens, whoever we end up getting, I don't know who it's gonna be. I really do hope that just somehow, some way, we miraculously get a home run and find a head coach that's actually really good and is going to take this program somewhere within 3 years. Because otherwise, it's just going to be a repeat of every other freaking coach we've had, where they're just going to get fired 3 years down the road because they listen to Vol Twitter for everything. I don't even know. Should I even get mad about this? I don't know. Well, I might as well save it now. There's no point in getting mad in the season because it's going to be stuff I've already seen before. So, but as you'd expect, they're throwing all the names out there. Yeah. I was just checking, refreshing the internet. Specifically Twitter, because of course that's where we get all our information from. Specifically, the Vol department. Yeah, it's completely silent, as I'd expect. Uh, that just means they have no freaking clue of who they're getting. No clue at all. Well, there's no point in continuing on this video and wasting dead space, so I guess I'll end it off here. If when we screw this up, I don't want to hear a freaking word about it. I really don't. The only thing I'm gonna say to the likes of all Twitter when this is screwed up, I would say I told you so, but then again, it would just be a repeat, wouldn't it? Because these are the same people that are. Vol Twitter is the same group of people that are responsible for the fiasco that happened 3 years ago. And they're the same people that are going to be responsible that when we screw up this hire and end up having the worst season in Tennessee football history next year, they're gonna be the ones held responsible, in my opinion. Not really, though. Of course not, because these people that are immediately gonna jump on the bandwagon of whichever coach that we get 6 months down the road, or not 6 months, about 8 months, I'd say. Are immediately going to start going, fire his ass, fire his ass, fire him, fire his arse, fire him, fire him, fire him, fire, 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 fire him, fire him, fire him, fire, fire, fire. Does it sound repetitive to you? Good, because that's all you're going to hear. For 3 months straight, that's all you're going to hear. And then once they eventually do, because of course the athletics department is scared of them, they're a bunch of pansies over there. Once they eventually do, it's just going to be a repeat. That's all there is to it. Don't know what else to say. Don't know what else to do. Still going to be a Vol fan till the day I die. This is the team I chose. And if I were to commit to another team, I would just be making a fool of myself in all honesty. So, yeah. I really thought we were past this. I really thought we were past this stage, but I had my high hopes up. I had my hopes way too high. Congratulations, Tennessee, and congratulations. Everything's about to get a whole lot worse in regards to the football season coming up, because the coach that we're gonna get, none of the players are going to have any clue how to run his style of offense or defense. They're not going to know what the heck they're going to do. They're not going to have it ready within a year. They will have no idea how to run any of the plays. And now that since we have all of these players transferring, we're going to have to rely on recruitment. And you already know, since Jeremy Pruitt just got fired, our recruiting class is going to tank like usual. All recruiting classes within the next 3 years are going to tank. I mean, there are multiple things coming up that are going to make you wish that we had just kept Pruitt. I'm ending this now. That's all there is to it. Man. I'm saying this now, if we end up hiring Freeze, I can't even fathom my mind around that thought, but if we do end up hiring Hugh Freeze as the next Tennessee coach, I will delay the Tardarian playoffs until college football season happens.